AFTV, Tade, good start to the season for Arsenal. Tough place to go to, Crystal Palace away at any time in the season. But the first game of the season with their fans right up for it, you saw them unveiling all these tifos before the start of the game and that. They were right up for it and got off to a great start, got the goal. But then after that, second half, we had to weather a big storm and came through it.
Yeah, I mean, look, it wasn't the best performance, but we got the win. And I think that's the most important thing, you know. When we started to watch along, you know, you and I talked about the fact that, you know, we haven't won in this place, you know, in 8 games, we've only won 1.
Yeah.
And now it's now 2-9, isn't it? So is that an improvement? We'll wait to see when we play them, you know, at home. But generally speaking, I would say that we were all excited in the first half. We thought they were going to go back into the second half, but I think Vieira must have, you know, revved these boys up to come knocking on our door, and they actually did that, because at the end of the day, I couldn't believe that these guys had more possession than us, you know, watching the game. And that's because we kind of got pinned down and got to an extent where the likes of Saka who was supposed to be attacking, he had to be doing a lot of defending. At some point, he was even behind, you know, Ben White. And talking about Ben White, by the way, a lot of people were very jittery about Ben White. They thought he wasn't going to be able to do a job. But this guy actually stood tall. He actually showed that, listen, I can play right back. And
he was outstanding.
He was outstanding, to be honest with you. Yeah, people can say he had some few patches here and there. The time he tried to outsmart a player, I think he tried to beat a player for pace. He couldn't do that on the right hand. But that happens. Every player cannot be perfect. You know what I'm saying? I think the only person that I would say had a near perfect game in that defense today is probably Saliba. And that's the reason, you know, he's probably man of the match. I haven't seen the official man of the match, but we all said that in the watch along that he is our man of the match because of his performance. He was covering for every player. Whenever a player gets loose, he gets behind to cover for that player. The tackles were there. The passes were there. He was stopping all the composure. His composure is all what we're talking about. That's what we need. And he's proving to be a very, very good partner for the likes of Gabriel. And like I said, it's not the best performance, but it was a very good win. 2-0 to Arsenal against Crystal Palace. Well, maybe my prediction was right, because that's what I predicted. But a lot of people were like, nah, 2-1. Laurie was saying 1-1. A lot of people thought we're going to concede. But we didn't concede because one man at the back actually helped us. Ramsdale. You know?
We stood firm. And what we saw last year, we saw an Arsenal team go away to Brentford and crumble.
Yeah.
Today, it was the opposite. They didn't crumble at all, did they? They matched the fight.
Yeah. I mean, people have to realize something, right? This Crystal Palace team, right? They didn't concede a goal against Man City on 2 occasions last season. Man City. When Man City were doing very well and they won the league. Yes, you can say this is a new season, but it's still, you know, 70%, 80%.
They beat us 3-0 there. They beat Tottenham 3-0 there. You know what I mean? They're a good side.
Exactly. So we need to give credit to where it's due. Yes, they rattled us for moments of the time, but it's always gonna happen.
Away games.
I've seen games last season where the likes of Brentford rattled Liverpool, and Liverpool still maybe, you know, won the game at the end of the day. Even Chelsea won 1-0 against Brentford last season, but that game, it was totally against the odds. These things happen, and we have 2-0 now. We have something that we can sit on and say, okay, we're gonna go to the next game against Leicester at home. We have a good record against Leicester at home, and I believe we'll be able to do a job. And one more person, Jesus, your goal will come. That's a message from me to you. Love you, bro.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.